Tonight's meeting is part of a larger community conversation. Our goal is to take stock of what we are currently doing to protect our schools, but also to consider what additional steps we should take. Over the past few weeks, the solutions have emerged and been put forth from all corners. Ideas ranging from increased restrictions on gun sales to arming teachers and staff to fortifying and securing our schools the same way that airports or embassies are. These have all been part of the discussion, and that list is not exhaustive. Our collective reality is that all of the options that remain have significant downsides, or they create foreseeable new problems that we'll have to contend with. To be more direct, if it were easy, it would already have been done.
This has true meaning, because the duty to protect our kids and our staff and our community is really what's most important. And I've got a promise for you tonight. Direct and honest conversation. You have a question tonight, we're going to answer the question. It is important that we are willing and able to stand up here and throughout the evening have the conversations about how we're going to protect our kids and our staff and our communities. These mass shootings are not just occurring in schools, but in churches and malls and movie theaters. We've seen far too many of these. And I'll tell you right now, for me, this isn't a gun debate, because if that's what we're focused on, we're not going to fix that. That's one piece of the puzzle. There's about 1,000 pieces of this puzzle. And we've got to get real direct and real honest about how we're going to start fixing this.
So over the last, I guess, since Columbine, really focusing on best practices in school safety is a really important component. And when we see what happened in Parkland, we also are reminded in hindsight, what are the missed warning signs? What were the opportunities that we missed? Do we have the ability to prevent this in the future?
And what we see is that a locked classroom door is a proven time barrier. In 2015, the Sandy Hook Commission released their summary report. Their #1 environmental design recommendation was the ability to lock the classroom door from inside the classroom by not just teachers, but substitute teachers as well.
We're asked to talk about what our specific agencies are doing with respect to this. I am very, very proud of the juvenile unit in your district attorney's office. Juvenile justice is different than criminal justice. Our goal is twofold. One is to work in the best interest of the community, but also in the best interest of the child. It is not the criminal justice system. It's how we can intervene appropriately in a child's life to make sure that they don't commit crimes and to get them on the straight and narrow.
But the standards are the same. The expectations we have of our cops are this: you provide a safe environment for the faculty, staff, and students of every school that we're in, and those that we're not. There's the primary goal. Second, you build relationships with those kids and the faculty and the staff. When you build trusting relationships, you get information, and you can do the right thing for kids. When you build those trusting relationships with faculty and staff, you build systems that can be put in place to intervene, react, mitigate, and then respond.
Keep coming back to the connection with the kids and developing that relationship. And so if there can be more resources, monies put towards that, you know, in whatever way, whether it be more officers, whatever it might be, I think that's where the base is.
What's kind of going to now as an SRO is, again, the big mental health piece. But what I try to do is specifically get to know the kids. My goal is that every student in that school knows who I am.
And he's in our before school program, and we found out about that incident a week after it occurred. And he comes every day to school in the morning. I just want to offer that perspective as how we can continue these kinds of conversations to bring other people who are offering services in Jeffco schools to Jeffco students to be a part of this conversation.
there are going to be kids every year in every school where the interactions aren't always the positive interaction. Sometimes we have to intervene in things that we would prefer not to. I mean, that's really the reason we're here tonight, right? Because there were kids who were bad actors on the extreme end.
I think so many parents don't know the dangers of Snapchat and all the other social kick and all these other ones that are out there. And I can't keep up with it. He knows. You guys know. You guys see this stuff. Administrators are seeing this stuff way before the parents have a clue, and I can't keep up. So if there's one thing that I see that we need to do is have that family-school partnership continuing to grow, where parents are really engaged and understand and are monitoring what's going on.
Better than metal detectors, better than extra gun, better than anything, the kids are their own safety. The kids have to take an active role in their safety. They will hear it, they will know it, they will see it. Well then if one of your classmates is struggling, or you see an issue, or you see something on social media, tell someone, tell anyone, your favorite teacher, your favorite parent. Tell me, just tell someone.
Thank you for coming back. We're going to briefly hear from our facilitators. We're going to ask each facilitator share just highlights, whatever they want to elevate, 1 minute.
We talked about more mental health professionals in our buildings, and we also talked about the issue of funding and resources and how we as a county really need to address the issue of funding.
Educational programs and empowering our students, looking about curriculum around bully prevention and around good decision making and being positive community members.
It was in the context of secure schools. We talked about whether or not it be increased number of persons, resources, locks, doors, magnetometers.
I like the honesty. I like the direct conversation. I like the fact they're challenging us. I like the fact that they're asking good questions and that they're listening when we're providing some real direct information, and we're not shying away from anything here.
These issues are pertaining specifically to us as the students, and I feel like it's valuable to have us here and have more information on what's being done.
Some of these things aren't topics that I've been exposed to, all of the different things that the district has available, the support, the different programs in place. Those were new to me tonight, so this was a really great opportunity to learn that stuff is happening.
Hearing tonight some pieces that I didn't know how they worked, of how our school resource officers, for example, do some of the things they do to keep our buildings safe, and I'm very confident and happy in the work that they're doing, and I said that I would like to focus my energy on the community piece of the other components that go into safety.
I was a little underwhelmed though because there weren't a lot of students here, and it's a very pressing issue that directly impacts us in schools, and I would have liked to see more of my peers come out and make sure they're informed on the issues.
We're going to start a Jeffco School Safety Task Force, and it's going to be comprised of community members, law enforcement, school personnel, really looking at the direction of school safety and which direction we go for the next 5 to 7 years.
I am so grateful that the district is organizing these conversations. We're hearing a lot of the same themes, and now hopefully people have the impetus to go do something about them.
Just continuing to keep up the discussion, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere if we just don't talk about it. So continue to have events like this and making sure not only students but parents are involved, and teachers and faculty, and ensuring that this dialogue continues, I think was super important.